He's Denny.
This is payback for calling them fish the entire fucking D&D campaign.
That's so funny. Oh my god.
Diddy.
Yeah, and he looks at you and he
I'm
doesn't give a,
fish.
he looks at you and doesn't give a second glance that your name is Fish.
Probably a last name or something. I
We're
don't know.
high
I don't
school.
care
We're
about that.
we're college students, dude.
Yeah.
I just
No,
I
it's
look,
Shakes his head.
I just look at him and I'm like, I'm so sorry about my friend. He's a frat boy. He's just taking this for credit.
Yeah, you know,
He's just nailing the teacher.
Alpha Sigma Sigma for life.
He just looks at you blank-faced.
I hated the Alpha Sigma Sigmas. They were my rivals. I saw if I ever saw one, I'd kill them.
Before either one of you dig yourselves too deep into this hole, let's go ahead and roll Investigator Mystery.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot. Maddie deadass called me.
I leave
That is the first name that popped into your dumb little brain.
Atticus?
y'all for 2 seconds. Now
Yeah.
someone's named Fish.
2 seconds, my boy's named Fish.
Yeah, he asked for our names, and so I gave him fake names. So there's
Denny, Debbie, and Fish.
Diddy.
No.
Yo,
Wow.
yo. I can
Your genius is
jive with
really
Denny.
finding-
Fucking Fish.
I'm impressed. You know what? I'm impressed.
So
Oh.
Investigative mystery. Which one? There's like 2 of them.
There's not the second one. There's that's the alternative. This one is Investigative Mystery.
Okay.
Don't fail.
9, bitch.
Cool.
Fuck yeah.
That's what I wanted.
So on 7 and 9, you can hold 1 to ask one of these questions.
Cool.
And it can be about, because you're investigating the lake through these people, it can be about 2.
Yeah. Sorry.
Chicken is.
I'm. Ooh. So he basically told me that his daughter and his wife was swimming. They were pretty far out. He was kind of at the edge of the lake. Shit went down. He ran out. Because his daughter was like underwater. Grabbed her arm, pulled her up. She's fucked. Water black.
Exactly. That's exactly what he said.
Okay, sorry. I'm just trying to think.
No worries. No worries.
I
Good
had asking these.
summarization.
Yeah, asking these questions. Is this asking you as the GM or is this asking the guy?
I believe this is to ask me.
Okay.
And I will ask you, how do you learn this? And you're talking to the man.
Yeah.
So
okay.
it has to be a reasonable thing for a question has to be reasonable for what's going on.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Because this guy doesn't seem like he knows too much. Let me go.
But this is one person out of the 3 people here too.
If
Yeah.
that's the case, then Benny would like that.
Yeah, you can ask it.
Yeah,
Don't.
that's fine.
I mean, yeah.
You it's a hold, so you can spend it at any time.
Yeah.
Hearing the story, Benny would look to Fish and look back at the guy and say, "By any chance, did you happen to see a kind of like white rabbit around there?"
Yeah, and he furrows his brow for a moment, and he says, "Nothing particularly stands out." And he kind of looks at you, and he says, But when I was coming up on the shore, I thought I saw something. It was blurry, but it was Snow White.
Right. So Benny's gonna use a move.
Okay.
Trust me.
Trust in me.
When you tell a normal person the truth in order to protect them from danger, roll plus charm. On a 10 plus, they do what you say, no questions asked. On a 7 to 9, they do it, but the keeper chooses 1. On a miss, they think I'm crazy and maybe a little dangerous too.
Oh
So,
no.
I'm gonna
Hell
tell
yeah.
him, well, actually, back in the day, me and mi tío, and actually Fish here too, um, we were in this like kind of we went through this kind of cave looking thing and we ended up in this little pool of water and we saw this weird looking rabbit and we wanted to like try and well I thought it was a girl at first. My friend brought up the flashlight and it was actually a rabbit and you know like the water started like bubbling a little bit and turning black and we started getting scared, you know. We didn't know what the hell was going on. We booked it out of there. We were little kids. So does any of that kind of sound familiar? Do you think you could tell me if like anything kind of strikes your fancy? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, he's listening very intently.
You should. Oh,
Yes!
no.
Yes!
Is there anything? No, please.
I love it.
Got it.
Mark the experience.
Yeah!
So, what does it say on a miss?
On a miss, they think I'm crazy and maybe a little dangerous too.
So this is what he said. He looks at you and his eyes. You could see Debbie. I'm sorry, Teddy. You and Fish can both see that Terrence is listening, and then he starts to say what he's saying, and about halfway through it, his eyes roll, and he shakes his head, and he like gives a chuckle, and he's like, I should have figured that you were with that wacko. Listen, I don't want anything Derrickson selling. He's insane. He's
Terrence.
drumming up old past things. And if you're with him, you need to get off my property.
Who?
Derrickson? I assure you, we're not with anyone called Derrickson.
She shakes her head. He shakes his head. Scott Derrickson, don't play dumb with me. You're spewing things that sound exactly like him. I don't need to hear it. I've been hearing it since this happened to my little girl. I need results. I don't need fairy tales. So if you're coming to me with fairy tales trying to investigate for him, I kindly ask you to leave.
Honestly, sir, I don't even know what you're talking about. That's just something that happened like with my deal back in Foxville.
Yeah, and he shakes his head and he looks at you, and he says, "I thought that I was being kind, but I see that I was just being foolish. So, please." And he kind of stands up and he gestures for the door.
What? What? Why did the doctor send you home? Aren't you sick?
And he looks over at you.
Yeah, Teddy gets up. And they're like we're sorry for bothering you, sir. They pull out like a makeshift business card that has like a internet what's it called, an email address. I totally forgot, an email address on it. They're like, if you have any new things you can think of, and also if you could ask your daughter for us if she saw anything along those lines.
Yeah,
Just
and he
send us an email. Sorry.
he takes your card and he like visibly kind of like holds it in his hand, doesn't put it in his pocket or anything.
Yeah.
And he opens the sliding door and kind of walks in, and he escorts
Sir?
you guys towards the front door.
As like we're getting towards it. I can heal her.
You see he kind of looks down
Yeah, I
at
just
the ground, and you can see Benny. You can see his right fist clenches for a moment.
It's worth it. If the doctors weren't to help, isn't it worth a try? I'd do anything for my loved ones. And I expect a punch.
Go ahead and roll me manipulate someone
Can I help?
if you wish. Yeah.
I would like to help.
Yeah, and as you're kind of standing there, Benny, you are in shot of like the hallway, because like it kind of crosses. It goes straight from the front door back to the back door, but about midway through is the living room. Like at the edge of the living room in the kitchen, there's a hallway that perpendicularly cuts through, and it goes down. And you can see the door at the end of that hallway is cracked open, and you can see a little girl's kind of like looking through the crack at you.
Oh, I got 10.
There's a
Hey,
small, like, kind of secret wave.
Yeah, and she like looks at you like you can see the door moves, like she's startled that you actually saw her. And then she kind of like stands there almost like a deer in the headlights.
So that gives me a +1.
Yep. With no strings attached for Teddy.
Do I
You
want to
can do
spend
it.
the luck?
Maybe. Do what you want, bro.
It's up to you. That is irreplaceable income.
Do it.
You are a normie though, so it's easier for you too.
Do
Oh,
it.
I can change the roll to 12, so I can see what the roll is first. Okay.
Yeah.
And I get +1 from you?
Mm-hmm.
Shit!
Take that 12, mister.
Did you get another 6? Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do I want
Yeah.
to...
What would you like to do?
Do it. Do it.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Fucking Atticus. I'll cut to you in a second, man.
I'll spend it.
Look
No
at
worries.
this.
You're gonna spend the luck?
pussy.
Yep, I spent 1 luck out of the, like, 6 I have for this entire character.
Yeah. So he looks at you. What do you do that like pushes him over the edge from wanting to hit you in the face to actually believing you're not a wacko?
I think as, he's clenching his fist and he's just about to look up at my face, getting ready, to fucking clob me, he actually sees the kindness and, like, genuine anxiety and want to help on my face. As
So
I
there's
finally
this
have the
pity
camera
almost?
down out of it.
Yeah. There's like
Like,
a
I
pity
look like
and
I'm
then
about to
and then-
cry because I want to help her.
Okay, empathy. He can see that you actually care.
Mm-hmm.
I dig it. I dig it. So he looks at you and it's like the anger swells up and he sees you and you diffuse it with like how you respond.
Looks so pathetic.
Pretty much.
And his hand kind of like loosens and he says, "What are you talking about? Can you really help her?"
If the doctors don't know how to, I know.
He shook his head. There were no doctors. We went to no hospital. The water containment people just sent us straight back. They said, "Stay home. They'll contact us soon." They said they were going to do some toxicology stuff. They had to do tests first. We haven't heard anything in a day.
I know it has a bad rep, but I know alternative medicine.
He squints at you and he's like, "My family doesn't do drugs."
I shake my head.
And
Maybe
he
you should
says,
try it.
It's like prayers and working with circles and auras.
He kind of looks at you and he says, "You sure you're not with Derrickson?"
I shake my head as like tears are just about to start coming out of my eyes.
He's like,
Not your
"All right."
eyes.
He holds his hand. He's like, "All right, if you think it can help, I mean, I'm at the end of my rope here. She seems fine, but then she just crashes, and we never know what's gonna happen, and it just gets worse every day."
I nod my head. Can we see her, or can I? Or
And he kind of like looks back and he sees her kind of peeking out again, and he says, "Yeah, yeah, Michaela, honey,
as he's
come
walking
out
away,
here,
I look
please."
back at the other two and I like give them the I'm sorry hands.
No, I
He's-
do a thumbs up. Like, heck yeah.
They're both giving you thumbs up.
Yeah,
Our
and
boys.
you kind of hear under his breath as he turns, he's just like, "Freaking college kids." Uh, and he comes back with Michaela, and he doesn't like pick her up. She's not like little. She's like I said, like 10, 11. Um, so he said he kind of turns around, comes back out, and he kind of sits down. And Michaela is a little on the short
That
side
bitch.
for her age. Um, she has braids in her hair. She's currently wearing a kind of, what was it called, shoulder cut, basically just like a t-shirt that kind of dips around down the neck a little bit. And she has like pajama pants on and like slippers. Uh, and she has her cup, which looks like she's probably had that cup for 2 days, and her straw, which has flat soda in the cup, and you can still see the bubbling. That is barely happening now. Every 2 seconds, bubble. And she kind of walks out, and she has like bags under her eyes, and she looks like she's incredibly exhausted. Uh, and then you can see in her other hand she has a bucket, which looks like it's probably a.
Oh. Yeah, I look at her. I kind of break
She
eye
kind of like
contact
walks out.
instantly.
She walks out and does that like young young kid thing where she looks at you like she's looking right through you. She just stands there like.
Yeah, I look at her, instantly break eye contact, looking around nervously, and just kind of barely raise my hand up. Hi.
And she's like, "Who are these? Who are these people?"
We're journalists.
My name's Denny.
Fish.
Yeah,
Like the restaurant?
No, that's Benny's.
Shut up. I opened
Yeah,
up
she
a
looks at
very
her dad.
successful chain restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah, and she looks and she says, "I'm Michaela. Daddy, which one of them is supposed to help?"
I point. I'm like, fish.
Sorry.
And she looks back. He looks like he smells like fish.
Damn savage.
Speaking of smells, that fart I just did was France.
Yeah, and she gives like an eye roll look at him, and then she like as she does like the eye roll look, like tries to be sassy, she like coughs and she's like, and like you can see she has to like take a second to breathe after the cough.
Oh, this is definitely
And
COVID.
Terrence kind of gets up, and Terrence gets her up, and is like, "Hey, come on." And he kind of sits her down next to him, and he looks up to you guys, and he gives like, "I'm sorry," like look.
I am not making any
And-
contact.
and
I'm
he
walking
says,
far too close to breakable things and walking away. I am making them very uncomfortable.
Okay, yeah, and Terrence kind of looks up, and he's like, "So, fish, what can you do?"
Y-
And then right when that happens, I'm gonna cut to Atticus.
Addy boy!
Is there anything you would like to do, Atticus, while they are inside?
Scope out the place, see what's up.
All
Hello?
right.
Okay, cool. I was
So
making sure
no,
you're
you're good. You're good. Probably investigative mystery would fit here
okay, no.
because people are sufficiently distracted currently. Um, Plus, it's like a
Oh,
neighborhood, so people aren't like, oh my god.
I mean,
So you get
Atticus is doing
hold
the job.
two. And remember, these questions you have to make sense for where you are, so and what you're doing and how you're investigating. So take a look at that list.
Would it make sense to ask what is being concealed here?
Hmm. No, that's an option. Yeah, there are things being concealed.
Then that'll be my first hold spent. As Atticus is like going around, make sure the windows aren't open, then like kind of looking over the fences.
So they're kind of like going through and you see them go inside and kind of look around. On the outside, you can see he has the the man. He has a SUV. It's a pretty nice SUV. It, he also has there's also another car. It's a small sedan car in the driveway. The house itself is a one-story house. Uh, as you kind of go, there's like a window in the front, like a small porch area with like a bench there. And then you look around the side. It's brick on the outside, and on the right side of the house, all the way up against the gate, right before the gate, there is a window. Um, and as you're kind of like going around the right side, um, you like go around the left side, and you're like, okay, there's like a hose on the left side, nothing over there, and you can see there's a gate on the left side. And then you go to the right side, and there's no gate; it's just the fence between the two houses. Um, but outside, like not outside this window, but next to this window, you can see there's something on the wall. Um, like the brick itself is like that red and purple, like kind of like warm hues bricks.
Mm.
Um, Purple's not really warm, but it's like that maroonish color. But as you get closer, you can see next to this window, kind of like half on the window, is a very smudged um, handprint. It looks like almost like caked mud, but
Yeah.
it's like streaking as if it had like black dye on it.
Weird.
And you can see there's one kind of right there, and then you can see there's marks on the ground outside this window.
Huh. So Atticus would phone a friend.
Okay, who do you text? Or how are you phoning your friend? What's going on here?
Yeah, you're gonna text. I'm trying to think of which person you would text.
Oh, no worries.
Why not? We'll go with
Text.
Benny.
What? You texting Benny? Fuck you. I thought it was bros before hoes.
You know,
Mm,
I
Benny
like
is
it.
kind of a thought, bit of a snack, one might say.
He's a whole cake.
You,
So, Benny, what do you text Benny, who is currently, as Fish is like, we see in the background, currently getting ready to do what he's going to do?
yeah.
Which,
So you get like a small little sentence that says, "Found black ink trail in the back."
Jared, you got the text. That was for you. You get
Yeah.
that.
Oh, I think Jared went. I think he went to BRB.
Picked the
Oh
wrong
fuck.
person, Brooks.
Damn. All right. So it's switching. We're switching to someone else then.
Give
Get
it
as
to
you
me.
wanted. All right, Teddy.
Yes.
Black ink trail in the back.
Sweet. Yeah. Teddy kind of gets the text, I guess, whenever this is taking place.
Yeah, it's happening kind of simultaneously as Fish is starting to do whatever he's gonna do.
Okay, cool. So yeah, Teddy looks at it. Since Teddy's done all their research and stuff, have they heard of anybody reporting black handprints and stuff on like the houses after this shit has happened?
Um, there is references to for the on-hand accounts. There's always some sort of black mud or like that kind of consistency material at whatever attacks there are.
Mm. Okay. Um, Teddy, and to make sure this is the black hand stuff was on the outside of the house or the inside of the house? Which
Outside
one?
of the house. Outside of the
Like,
house, kind of partially on the window.
so
And
it was like this creature was trying to get in type thing. Is that
No,
correct?
it's almost like they were leaning on it.
Oh, okay. So looking in.
Yeah,
Okay,
And
okay. I just wanted to get it right in my head.
no worries. I'm imagining this conversation happened between y'all. Sorry.
Yeah. Um.
I'm back.
So, uh, Teddy's gonna ask the dude, the homeowner, if they could use the bathroom.
He nods and he says, "It's your first door on the right."
Thanks. Oh, okay. Yeah. Teddy goes to the bathroom, and I like to think that there's a window that goes to the outside.
No,
Um.
there's not.
What?
Yeah,
You
no.
monster. You with your boring toilets.
No, it's just this is just right behind where they are. Like the other side of it would be the garage.
Yeah. Okay.
Like our bathroom.
Yeah. I guess Teddy will still do that. And they'll start up looking stuff for Atticus about reports of handprints.
All right. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, you can scroll on the toilet. Nobody will question you.
Heck yeah.
I
Hey,
do
what
the
are you
same
doing in
thing.
there?
Oh, acapado.
One of my plants?
Do do do. Okay. Um.
Yeah. So
Since
what do you do?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to. My thing is, how does this connect to the bigger picture?
That's the
Or like,
question you want to ask.
how does this mystery connect to the bigger picture?
Uh,
That's what it says. Either that. Help me, you guys.
no worries.
Um. Either that, or maybe when and where will the next critical event occur? Or what does this monster want from this person? I want that one. What does this monster want from this person?
And who is that about?
Um, probably what this maybe what this monster wants from this house or from the girl, because she's the one who's the most sick.
Okay.
Or maybe can I guess I hurry and shoot Atticus a text asking what window is the hand like printed on? Can he look inside and see?
Yeah, he's right there. He can.
Yeah.
Yeah. I shoot you that text. Look in, bitch. What fucking place does it look in?
Yep. He would look in through the window to see what's what.
You see very pretty embroidered like sheets with a mirror. It looks like a girl's room, like a young girl's room. You can see dressers. You can see clothes kind of laid about everywhere. Um, you can see posters of various anime and or band things on the walls,
Anime band.
and probably
Oh,
in big
boy.
letters somewhere it says Michaela.
For a Michaela.
Yeah. All right. Cool. 100%. Uh, yeah. I'm gonna look up. Yeah. I'm gonna ask. Um, what does the monster want with Michaela?
Um, you find, as you're kind of searching any accounts that you can see, and kind of countering it with what Atticus found, what might have happened, that if this girl wanted to be killed, if this thing wanted this girl dead, she would have been dead at the lake.
Hmm. Okay.
So it doesn't seem to want to hurt her.
Okay. I just want your life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever it has to do with her, maybe it is capacity that is not to harm. Obviously not to help either.
Yeah.
What was it? Yeah, that's from what you can gather from like the investigation there. I think that's what you can get.
Okay.
If
That's
that
good
makes
enough with
sense.
me. Yeah. Yeah, Teddy basically shoots Atticus, attacks, and it's like, I found some information about about the thing that's leaving those handprints. I think Michaela's gonna be all right. But we need to all get together and talk about this. I think something's going on.
Affirmative.
And when you send that, we cut to Fish. Fish, what are you doing? How are you going to help this young girl?
Magic.
Okay,
Yeah.
you want to use magic?
Or no,
Magic.
Magic.
Just gained 10 sound.
Magic.
Magic
just-
girl shit motherfucker.
I love
Yeah.
magic girls.
I will. As she's there,
So use magic. Yeah.
because one of the things I can do with magic is, where is it? Use magic. Heal one harm from an injury, or cure a disease, or neutralize a poison. So I'm going to see if I can make her feel better with magic.
1 second. Before you do anything, I gotta ask you, what effect do you? I think you asked the effect before or after. Double check.
Say what you're trying to achieve and how you do the spell.
Yeah. So what are you trying to achieve?
I'm trying to achieve giving her health back. Try and make her not as sicky.
Yeah. So you want to make her not sick?
Yeah.
To get rid of the disease.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then you are good to go to roll the magic.
All right. Gang.
Gang, gang.
8.
Huh? Okay.
Good thing I
Alright,
got a +2.
All right, so it's not a 6. Good. So on a 7 and 9, it works imperfectly. You choose your effect and a glitch. I will decide what effect the glitch has.
Ew.
I don't say ew to your bird.
So
You don't think I'm sorry.
Oh, I'll take pain.
okay, so it's so. Talking about the harm one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man,
So and what is the
I can't
effect you wanted to do? Which
cure, the bottom one. Heal and harm, or cure disease, or neutralize a poison.
okay, so this is what you realize. This is how it kind of works out. What does it look like when you cast a magic, by the way?
So as she's laying there, my character he's like, okay, this might look weird. And as he starts kind of touching his hands on body parts and his arms on his other body parts, you start seeing these faint glows under his shirt, and he kind of strikes this weird pose where he kind of lines all the glowing lines together, and they almost make a symbol if you could see under his shirt. And
Nice.
and that's how he casts his magic.
Sacred geometry.
Just a pure JoJo move.
So pose,
Yeah.
pose.
Bro, this ain't Vogue. What the fuck you doing?
All right. So what happens is in the middle of your spell, you realize as you kind of hit it, you're about to like finalize the like cleansing spell. You realize that as you engage with this magic, um, you feel a deep chill, and you take that harm as you realize that this is not a disease. This is a curse. So you begin to switch up, and you realize that you're dealing with something stronger than you thought. And you switch it up to deal with a curse instead. I'll give you that.
8.
And because of that, you take the 1 harm as you basically, Benny, because you're there and you're paying attention. We basically see what almost looks like a black kind of apparition, almost like lift out of the girl's body and then fade as it hits yours, and like poof, into like a cloud of almost like barely visible black smoke.
Yeah, I cough up after I stop. I like cough up a bit of blood and have a bloody nose.
And you get a feeling as you feel this pain. You cough and then you spit up this like black kind of like oily.
That's
Now I
hot.
have 2 characters
It
that are
feels like
pregnant.
it feels like you smoked like 100 cigarettes. It feels terrible. Your lungs are on fire.
Where's your bathroom?
Yeah, and Terrence is like right around the corner, but your friend's okay.
I run.
Teddy, the door slams open as a violently ill.
I wish you was like to
wish.
start barfing in the toilet.
Oh god, Teddy was like sitting on the sink, and they're like, "Hey, oh."
And as you're puking up into the toilet, you realize that when you encounter this again, you might need actual materials to deal with this, or otherwise
shit.
you might take on the curse yourself.
Oh shit.
So you're lucky this time.
We gotta figure out. We gotta get some good juju charms, some repellents.
Teddy is like like patting you on the back, holding back your hair. You okay?
Yeah, and
My hair's short. You're just pulling it.
Yeah, as you kind of throw up, you wipe it from your mouth and you kind of like look into it, and it's almost like you feel a presence there, and then
Yeah, I look down at it and I just flush the toilet.
yep, exactly. You just bye.
Bye present. Go to the poo poo realm.
And Benny, you see Michaela like breathe in, and you can see immediately like her color changes. She brightens. Her eyes are like stop being bloodshot. Like it's almost like a night and day difference as she like looks over at Terrence, and he kind of like grabs her cheeks, and there's like kind of like a tender moment.
Grabs
And
the ass
like,
cheek.
and he's like, baby, are you okay? And she nods her head. Both of them thoroughly kind of in awe about what just happened. They've never seen anything like that. So they're both kind of like in the shock of like she's okay, but also in the shock of like what the fuck did we just watch?
Dude just vogued on us so hard. We feel better.
Benny just kind of throws his arms up in like a semi shrug. He's like, "See, told you we were just trying to help."
He looks over you. What college did you go to again?
The College of University at. Fuck.
Does Teddy come out?
No,
yet?
it's mostly comedic
Yeah.
relief. Like what the fuck? Hogwarts? Yeah, and he's like, "Is your friend gonna be okay?"
Yeah, he does that whenever he tries to do whatever the hell that was.
Yeah, sometimes he just dies a little.
Sometimes he just dies a little.
Yeah, and he like kind of grabs Michaela by kind of by the elbow and like lifts her up in excitement, and he says, "Go tell your mother." And Michaela kind of nods as she goes by. Do you walk out, Wish, with Teddy?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get a kind of like leg tackle hug from Michaela.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh,
She's like,
Oh.
she hugs you and she goes, "Thank you, Fish Wizard," and runs past you.
I like grab my chest. That was so scary. Thought I was about to get attacked.
Fish with.
So I'm guessing it worked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Terrence looks to you three and is like, "Listen, I don't know what that just was, but my girl looks to be as healthy as ever.
I nod my head. That's
I don't need to
all-
ask
all
any
I want.
questions, but if I can help anyway, please let me know."
So
Yeah,
about
thanks.
that rabbit.
Yeah, can we talk to Michaela? You can be present, of course.
Yeah, and he nods, and he says, "Of course, she's just talking to her mother, and in fact, would you like to stay for dinner?"
What you making?
He shakes his head. "I was going to order out, but now, whatever we got."
Can our friend come? Just one?
Yeah, he's in the car. He's a little camera shy. I point at the camera that was in Wish's hand.
He nods.
Guys, if we don't
and
tell
he's
him
like,
about him, then more food for us.
That's not fair for Atticus.
Yeah, that's my bro, you jerk.
Yeah, but he didn't pull the spell on her.
He didn't, you demon.
"Yeah," and he says, "That's fine." Uh, and he kind of like looks, and he looks like he's still in the shock of like that just happened.
Dude
To
just flexed
think
on him.
about the dangerous side of like what could happen now with you guys being here. So he's just like happy. So he's just like, of course, the more the merrier. I mean, not many more. We gotta. I don't know what me and my wife have. We seem to be fine, but and he just nods. It doesn't matter. I'll be right back.
Nod
And
my
he
head.
he smiles and he like grabs your hand, for fucking your real name, Wish, and shakes your hand, and he gives you the reaffirm thank you again, and like pats Benny as he goes by.
Could
He
you
gives you a
guys
nod,
call
Teddy.
Could you
Yeah.
guys call Atticus? I'ma sit down. I have a headache.
Yeah. You do that. I look over at Benny and I'm like, you ask Michaela. I'm gonna get Atticus.
What am I? Wait, what? Well,
I told Benny to ask Michaela about the rabbit stuff.
oh yeah. God.
Oh yeah, no worries. You go get Atticus. We're gonna cut the dinner if
Heck
you guys are
yeah!
staying for dinner. Yeah, we'll just cut the dinner. We ain't got to do a whole lot of that.
But is this bitch gonna tell us stuff though?
Yeah, over dinner,
Sweet.
just to get two out of the way. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah. I just popped my head out of the door screen.
If everybody agrees to want to do that, is what I mean.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, hell
agree
yeah.
with that.
Atticus wasn't for sure since he wanted to follow the trail, but he goes to dinner.
He goes dinner. So speaking of dinner, before we cut to dinner, let's take a break.
Okay.
Heck
It
yeah!
is about halfway through the session, so
Okie doke.
Yeah.
Everybody get snacks. Go potty. Thanks
alright.
for listening to us so far.
No.
With the Hewitts. So we pick up. I think you still have one hold, and you also have one hold. You each have one hold for your investigative mystery, I believe.
And I am bleeding from my lung.
You're
Who has one
slowly
hold?
dying.
All of us.
I
You and
think-
Benny.
I think you spent it actually, but you have one
Yeah,
hold. Benny.
I spent it. I spent it to
I
know what the
have one.
monster was doing.
Yeah, and you still have one hold, Benny.
Yeah.
Um, so, would you like to ask the question before we start the dinner scene, or would you like to start it? Because we can frame it around whatever the question is.
Where can I get those questions, or is it just something I make up?
It's going to be on your sheet. It's going to be under the investigative mystery move. Not the second one, the first one.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You rolled a 10 plus, so you got wait, no, not you. Atticus got one. Not you. Atticus got one.
Yeah.
Not you. Atticus, you choose.
Okay.
Sorry. I just looked at the name. My
All
bad.
good, all good. I was
Benny.
wondering. I was like, I don't remember doing that, but all
Benny
right.
helped earlier, but didn't do that, actually.
So I'm going to ask an interesting one that could shape the conversation in a cool way. What can hurt it?
I was thinking about that one, honestly.
What can hurt it? Okay. Alright. 1 second. Yeah. Can you understand it? So we pick up in the middle of the dinner. They've made probably some. They probably made some casserole. Yeah, they whipped together some sort of casserole for everybody to eat, and they're passing around the food. Um, and you guys kind of find a we get a little bit of that, like, banter conversation. Then we kind of cut into the you kind of narrowing down and kind of having a conversation with Michaela. So you ask across. So what really happened while you were in there? And Michaela kind of like looks down, and we see Swan, her mother, who is she's also a dark skinned woman. She has her hair um, kind of in one big kind of bun on top. Uh, it's like stylized, and she's kind of a bigger lady. She's not like she's like plus size, like kind of curvy. And she looks to Michaela, and she gives her a smile, and she says, uh, "It's okay, honey. You can tell him." And Michaela kind of nods, and she looks up at you, Atticus, and
Oh, did we start the stream back up?
Yes.
yeah. I'm assuming she doesn't look at you, Atticus, because unless Atticus, you wanted to be the one that was direct with her.
I mean, he is like the direct kind of person.
Cool. So in the middle of all of it, you just kind of like turn to her, and is it that like is Atticus sure to slip it in like the conversation, or does it kind of like cut through the conversation?
Atticus is for sure not very socially inclined, so he just cuts right through the conversation.
Yeah, so maybe it's like in the middle of a joke, and then you kind of say that, and then that's when Michaela kind of like looks down, and then Swan's like, "It's okay, you can answer." And she like looks up at you, and she has like a half-hearted smile, and she says, um, "Well, we were out there swimming, and well, I went under. I was gonna scare my mom. I was gonna make her think that something got her leg." And she looks over at her mom, and her mom gives her like a "What the hell?" like face.
You fucking bitch.
Yeah, and she gives like a kind of like a shitty and a smile, like, and then she looks back over at you and she says, "But when I went down, everything got heavy, and then something grabbed my leg. It was, it felt like something wet, and then it grabbed my leg. It was someone's hand, and they pulled me down, but they went to grab my arm, and I fought him back, and then they grabbed my other arm and kind of wrapped around me, and I couldn't move. I was trying to move, and it didn't work. And I just grabbed onto my. And you see, she like reaches for um, her bracelet. Like around her bracelet, but she reaches for her wrist, and then she kind of looks. She's like, I grabbed my bracelet that my grandpa gave me, and well, I just hit, and it something happened. It screamed. I couldn't tell, but it sounded. It was scary. And then I just reached out, and I saw my dad. He grabbed my arm and he lifted me out of the water. But and she kind of looks down. I lost my bracelet, and um, the swan kind of looks over at her and she goes, "I'm sure the cleanup crew will find it, honey. They're gonna look all over that lake."
Oh, what kind of bracelet was it?
Terrence finishes taking his drink and swallowing down his food, and he looks over to you and he says, "I was my grandfather's. He was a miner. He used to find different pieces of whatever materials he could in the mines, and he got a bunch of iron together, and well, he would make bracelets for some people in the family, and after my grandma passed away, uh, well, he thought someone else should have it, so he passed it down to Michaela here."
Teddy jots that in their notes.
And he kind of looks around at all of you and he says, "Really, I do appreciate what you've done for us. I was hoping that maybe the containment unit could help, but hey, this works too. I really don't quite understand what happened, but thank you from the bottom of my heart." And he kind of looks at all of you and he's just like, "I hope you enjoyed the dinner." And he says, "You're welcome to stick around for a little while, but he gives you a smile. He's like, "You don't got to stay around all night. You don't be obliged." And he looks over at Michaela and he says, "You feeling he's feeling tired, honey?" And she kind of like looks over. She's eating all of her food, and she kind of does the like stretch yawn. And
Yeah.
Swan kind of looks at the rest of you, and she goes, "Really, I don't know how to repay you." As Terrence kind of goes over, and he goes, "I'll go ahead and put Michaela to sleep, but he says, if you're gone before I get back, again, thank you." And he goes by, and he's like, "Come on," and he walks with her back to her room. Yeah.
Fish or Wish is eating the food really, really fast and like keeping his head down, like not looking up from the table.
Yeah. We cut into like about halfway through the dinner, so you were mostly finished. You're probably finished by now.
Yeah, the table. I will stare.
Yeah, and Swan, she looks at the casserole and she goes, "I guess it was a hit. Um, I hope we were able to help with what you're looking for."
Yeah, no, you gave us a lot of good information. Thank you. We'll get to writing that paper, and the casserole was good. We've been mostly eating out lately, so it's nice to have something that isn't covered in grease.
She smiles and she says, "Well, I'm glad to feed four young, growing minds. It's always good. You got to have some meat on your bones, otherwise you're gonna freeze out there." And well, and she says, "Even in the summer, I seen you shaking."
Yeah.
She goes, "If you want, I can put some into some Tupperware for you. You can take
Yeah,
it
that'd
with
be
you."
nice.
And she looks over and she gives you a smile, like, "All right." And she kind of picks it up and goes into the kitchen, leaving you guys alone for a sec.
Awesome. I look at everyone. They're nice.
Yeah, definitely.
What we want to hit up that Scott guy?
Yeah, that might be good.
What do you
I'm
get, Addy?
What'd you say?
What do you get, Addy?
What do you mean by that?
Did
What
you-
information did you find out around the house?
Oh, yeah.
Atticus, when he asks you that, by the way, you, being the smart person you are, being the trained person you are, have in your mind that the iron that they probably used, you can connect that to that something that's weak to iron is probably what that was.
Yeah.
So it probably can't be hurt by other physical means.
Yeah, he was like, well, I found some black ink on the outside of the house, and now we figured out that it's most likely weak to iron.
Oh,
Yeah, from the bracelet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I looked up to, since he told me about the black inks or mud splotches against the window. I looked up online and went through some subreddits, and people have come encounter with this thing before, and it doesn't look to do anyone harm, at least for now.
Oh, it does
So,
people harm. It didn't want to do Michaela harm.
oh,
It
okay,
definitely does other people harm.
Yeah,
Sorry,
okay.
yeah. Just so you
Take
know,
it back.
yeah.
Take it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, I take that back, and I'm like, it looks like for now it doesn't want to hurt Michaela. Because if it wanted Michaela gone, she would have been gone by now.
I thought the bracelet was the thing that kept it from hurting her.
It could be both.
Well,
At
why
least we
does-
know iron does hurt it, but maybe there's something else.
I thought she lost the bracelet in there. If it's following her, then nothing protecting her.
Yeah, well,
They could hold a grudge.
I just know if it wanted her dead, she would have been dead.
And Atticus, you
What
saw
if it's
by
the spirit
the
of her grandfather?
No.
Atticus, you remember seeing the caked one on the wall? It looks like it's like a couple days old.
Yeah. It's dated. If anything, it was taken out of the place.
Yeah. Because we just need to find more information, the sooner the better.
Yeah.
Make sure this doesn't happen to anybody.
The lake would be probably a prime suspect.
Yeah. Do we want to go to the lake or go to Scott? I think
I
the
think-
lake would probably be pretty scary place to go because that's probably where the thing's staying at. So we might need to get all the information we can before we might
Yeah,
have to
I-
face.
I second that. I think we need more information, Atticus. Not all of us can go guns blazing, dude.
All right. Just know that the longer we take, the more those people are searching for it, and those people will find it.
I mean, if people got sick, have they not closed the lake down?
They shut it down. Just for
Yeah,
a
they
bit,
said there
but
was a water containment
yeah.
team there. They're like water contaminant team. I mean,
Maybe
Yeah.
we could see. Maybe we could go to the lake and see what they're finding. If they're
Yeah.
checking up on the water.
If we want, we could split up. Have two people go talk to Scott, and the other two go with water containment. And we can meet back up
I
at
don't
the
like
at the
splitting up
diner.
too much. That's a little scary, Ted. I
I
don't know
know,
if that's where sprays you.
But I mean, you could go with Benny, and me and Atticus could deal with whatever we have to do.
yeah. Swan comes in and sets down 2 boxes of Tupperware. And
Heck
and
yeah.
there's little like plastic forks and knives. She's like, we have these left over.
Thanks, man.
Not forks, knives, spoons.
I go
Spoons and
to
forks.
like shake her hand, and I actually bump into her chest as I do so too equally.
Yeah,
You're
and
weird.
she just looks at you and she shakes your hand, gives you a cordial smile.
I kind of look at Benny and I'm like, I thought I was awkward.
He's always kind of like that.
Yeah, and she goes. She does the polite thing of like, I hope you guys have a wonderful night.
Yeah, wave back. You too. Don't let any scary monsters bite you while you sleep, huh?
I don't plan on it.
Yeah, I kind of shout to them while we're going out the front door. I'm like, just email me if you have any more answers. Anything
You
weird
know,
comes up.
Cause
anything we think of, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
And she waits for you guys to go back to your car, and then she'll
yeah.
far enough away that you guys are like down the road. She's like, I guess I don't know where they're going, so she closes the door as you guys are walking.
Yeah, so I assume we get back to the little
Yeah.
camper or in the car so we can talk.